My name's Chad Holloway, and ever since I started kindergarten, I'd pass by the Holloway campus on the way to school. And even though I have family ties to this organization, I had no understanding about what happens behind the doors here at UCP. Just recently, I had the opportunity to visit UCP's new Bales campus near UCF. I was inspired to see so many children in such cheerful moods engaging with one another.
When our son William was first diagnosed with autism, we had no idea what autism was. All we knew that he was tearing paper, he was screaming uncontrollably.
When William started coming to UCP, it was very challenging because his communication skills, his social skills were very low. So he will come in the classroom and he will throw up, just being so upset about being in the school setting. He didn't have any play skills. All he could do was playing in the book area, tear the paper, and just run around with a piece of paper in his hand. After just a couple of months in the program, we started seeing some changes. Then he started using some words. He started showing some play skills. He started showing interest in some toys and some other people. And then he discovered that he had a favorite hero. William, who is your favorite hero? Who's your favorite character?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, that's right. He's not nearly what he was when he first started in the program. Now he plays with other children. He talks in full sentences. He enjoys being in the classroom, and he tolerates changes in the routine. And it's just a delight to have him in the classroom now, right?
Okay.
You're fine.
Having UCP and that early intervention really brought us all together as a family. And I can't say anything better about that. They saved our lives. They did. They really did.
I knew after meeting William, I wanted to get involved. I didn't need a teaching degree, therapy license, or any type of medical background. All I needed was a book in my hand and a voice to make that book come alive.
Brayon was born 3.5 months early. He weighed just over a pound. He had a seizure for about 2 days when he was in the hospital, which to me caused him to have the brain damage, which caused him to have hydrocephalus. And so they have to put a shunt in his head and drain it through the excess fluid through his stomach. He also is cortically blind, so he doesn't see. He sees light. So if you see bright light, he does respond to the light, but in the images, he doesn't see anything in front of him at all.
One of the things that we're mainly concerned with him from the very beginning was his feeding and swallowing. And the reason why we were so concerned was typically when you're looking at feeding and swallowing, you want to make sure that obviously they're swallowing their food safely, and from there that they're getting their nutrition and being able to participate in the classroom. And that's basically my main goal with him, is to build those foundational skills so that eventually we'd like to transition him to use simple devices to communicate with his family and with those people in his classroom, his mates as well.
When Brayon first attended UCP, he had a hard time even connecting with the bottle and having the sucking actions. Through a lot of dedication and hard work by the family, the therapist, and the staff here, and mostly Brayon, he can now hold a sippy cup with support. He also has his favorite rattle. Chocolate pudding is his favorite, and if we dip the rattle in the pudding, he'll bring it up to his mouth. He's also found his thumb, which is wonderful because now he can soothe himself if we can't get to him right away. He can now sit up unassisted for about 5 minutes, which takes a lot of trunk support. And last week I was walking by his new classroom and the PT was working with him, and she said, Brayon has started to reach for objects from that sitting position. One of the best things here at UCP is that we do have the inclusion children along with our special needs kiddos, and they all benefit so much from each other. Brayon quickly became the classroom favorite. All of his friends would run to greet him, and he'd get this big smile on his face, and it's just been extremely rewarding to work with the kids of typical and children with disabilities. It's just a fabulous, great experience.
He can reach out to sound or any toys that, if you put his hand on a toy, he'll feel around for it and he'll reach out to it if he hears sound. He's real comfortable. He likes to be in an environment around with the kids, so he responds to everyone that's here, all the kids in his classroom. Yeah.
As the experts, UCP staff is equipped to provide the most effective practices in caring for children with special needs. They serve kids with all types of disabilities, including cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, speech delays, developmental delays, and vision and hearing impairments. Their holistic approach to support, education, and therapy enables children to receive all the services they need in one place.
Stephanie was born 2.5 months premature. She was 2.5 pounds when she was born, and she was in the hospital for exactly 2 months before she came home. And she initially, as the months progressed, she wasn't reaching any of her milestones, so we took her to a specialist. She was diagnosed with cerebral palsy.
Stephanie came to UCP about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and she had moved from New York, and she had just graduated high school, so she was ready to enter the world. Her primary goal at that point was to work on transfers, being able to work with her mother and her caregivers to be able to get in and out of her wheelchair easier, in and out of bed, that sort of thing. And it wasn't long after we got started on those things that she was interested in possibly walking. She doesn't quite have the strength to be able to support her full body weight, so having the seat and the chest support really helps to alleviate some of that so that she is able to move a little bit easier. Once she started walking a little bit more, walking forward, she said to me, "I think I want to use this to play baseball."
Big time Yankee fan, born and raised in New York. I love baseball. I watch it all the time. Eat, sleep, and breathe baseball. That's all I do. Well, besides school, I play in a league for kids with special needs. It's called the Miracle League. And I decided this season to walk with the gait trainer. It was a surprise for my mom. My mom didn't know. I was determined to use my gait trainer to run the bases. So I asked my dad, do you think I could use the walker at baseball? He started helping me and bringing me to the ballpark without Mom knowing.
The day that Stephanie ran the bases in her walker was an amazing day. It was very emotional for me because I knew she was practicing with Jenny at UCP, but I had no clue that she had been going to the park and had been practicing at the ball field to run around the bases.
UCP has taught me that no matter what obstacles are in my way, I can overcome. They've given me the confidence to do anything.
She has so much grit and determination with everything she does. She gives it her all, and I know that she's going to strive. And she's going to do the best in everything she attempts, everything she does. I know she's going to accomplish a lot.
I have committed myself to the children here at UCP and look forward to seeing the positive changes that will happen to them and me in the future. I hope you too can picture yourself changing lives.
UCP of Central Florida, the experts for children with special needs.